What is going on, my Concise Conversation family? I hope you guys are all doing well today on this fine Tuesday, March 29th. This is day 2 of school. I went today, so I'm chilling. I'm gonna go consistently. I know that probably sounds crazy because you're in school. You should go consistently, but I haven't been. But I'm gonna go this quarter because it's my last quarter of school, and I'm gonna graduate in the spring, at the end of spring. So I'm very excited to be a degree holder in a couple months, in 3 months. So that's gonna be a really exciting time. But I've just been doing some reflecting on my whole school experience and just like where I am in my life right now. And a big question that has come up for me is, was this degree even worth it, And now that I'm going into my last quarter, I feel like I have the insight to at least give my perspective right now. Of course, when I graduate and enter the real world, quote unquote, I'm sure my perspective could change, it might change. But as of right now, I want to give my perspective because I know a lot of people out there aren't going to school, which is a great path as well. And I know a lot of people who might have tried school and not liked it and are now searching for something else to do. And, my next step after high school was always college, and I think that's just what I was conditioned to do. But now that I have a wider perspective, I can confidently say that school is not the best way to go. At the end of the day, I think it depends on the individual person and what you're trying to accomplish. So just to go into it, at the end of the day, I would say is a bachelor's degree by itself worth the price tag on it? Definitely not. 100% no. No, not at all. If you're just talking about the bachelor's degree, I would definitely say no. I think what makes a bachelor's degree worth the time, energy, sweat, tears, perseverance that you put into getting a bachelor's degree, because it's not easy. I'm not saying it's not easy. I'm not saying it's not easy. I think it's very hard. It's difficult. But I don't think at least for a public policy and poli-sci major at UCR, I don't think the content and the coursework of the classes is that difficult. So I think what really makes a bachelor's degree worth it at the end of the day is what you put into it. And what I mean by that is what else are you doing besides going to school to make this degree worth it? Are you doing internships? Are you getting jobs? Are you trying to do research? Are you working towards going to grad school? I think those are the things that make having a bachelor's degree worth it. If you graduate from a 4-year university and you just have a bachelor's degree and you pull up to a job, I don't think they're going to tell you shit, to be honest. I think you look like the same thousands of people that also just have a bachelor's degree. Depending on your major, of course. I know CS majors got that quick bread right after college, so it varies on the person. But at the end of the day, I think a bachelor's degree in and of itself is not worth as much as the perception is. So with that being said, I think the most important things when you're talking about finding your purpose or figuring out what you want to do with your life is really saying what are you interested in. And I know that comes with a lot of repercussions, because at the end of the day, some people can't afford to do what they're interested in, and they have to do what puts money on the table, what puts food on the table, and what puts money in your pocket, which I totally understand. But I think too, for instance, when people are working, I always think what would they be doing if they weren't working? And I know a lot of people would be doing amazing things if they didn't have to work. So for me, when I was looking at, what I was taking away from school, I listed out all the things that I liked about school. And that was, I love to write. That's one thing I really love to do. I love to educate people. I love to learn myself. I love to be a member of my community, and I love to meet people. And I feel like those were all things that I know that I can get outside of school. And to be honest, the things that I did not like about school, which is number 1, authority, number 2, being graded for my learning, number 3, unempathetic professors for sure, and just really for me right now, the whole school environment and the whole school system is not something that aligns with the person that I am right now. And the way that I thought about it is those are the only things that you're willingly putting yourself into if you attend school. And that is, in no way am I saying that, grad school is not beneficial. Definitely. I applied to UCLA actually for a Master of Public Policy degree, and I was rejected. But so trust, I understand that there is a lot of value in getting a master's degree and even your PhD if you choose to do so. But I think it really comes down to what else are you doing with your degree outside of just getting your degree that is going to make the degree worth it. I think that's what it really comes down to. And I don't think a lot of people really look at the bigger scope of the picture when it comes to getting a bachelor's degree, much less a master's or PhD or whatever, you know. So I think if you're looking to go to college, a four-year university, really think about like what is your intention about going. I think that's really what you have to look at the end of the day, because you know, while getting a bachelor's is not as, I think now looking back, is not as serious as it was made out to be in the beginning, I do think it is a waste of time if you go in whimsically, I think, and not have a plan about what you want to do with your degree. And that definitely goes for your master's, and for 1,000% goes for your PhD, because by that time you are a pro and expert on your subject of choice, you know. So you really want to know what you're doing with that knowledge, because if you're doing it and it's just circulating in your brain and you're not disseminating it, or you're not doing anything productive with it, then what is the point of getting the degree, you know? So yeah, I don't know, like I think my plan right now that I am now that I know that I'm not going to be attending school anymore, I'm just going to finish with my bachelor's degree and enter the workforce and, you know, try and make a living. I am actually very comfortable with that mindset, because number one, I don't even think I have the energy to continue going to school right now. That's not to say that I'm closed off for it for the future, but right now I don't have the energy to continue school. I'm completely burnt out. I barely got through last quarter. So I think along with that, I think the thought of making my own money and living by myself and having the free time to invest in my YouTube channel and invest in the things that, you know, I would rather do besides work, I think is really inviting for me, and I'm excited for the opportunity. So that's my little life update. I do plan to be more active on the channel now that I have free time and I'm on the way out from undergrad. But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. Hit me up if you guys, you know, need anything, or if you guys have videos that you would like to see made. I'm definitely open to all recommendations. But I hope you guys are doing well. Have a good quarter, and I will catch you later. Peace out.